2018 Fiat 124 Spider Review. The good points of Fiat 124 Spider. Retro-inspired Italian performance car. Proven MX-5 underpinnings. Launch edition must have high resale value. The bad points of Fiat 124 Spider. 1 engine and gearbox. The Fiat 124 Spider may be the product of your alliance with Mazda, and it's depending on the same compact, lightweight, rear-wheel drive platform that produces the MX-5 fancy car so much fun. However, the 124 Spider doesn't share one particular body panel with all the Mazda, passing on a unique look. It uses an Italian-built 4-cylinder turbo engine. The MX-5 is provided with two non-turbo 4-cylinder engines, a single .5 and a couple of .0-liter, and rides on suspension with unique Fiat settings, also that they can differentiate both the cars. Costing a feeling more compared to the entry-level Mazda, the 124 Spider range has 3 trim levels, from Nofro's Classica through Lusso 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system as standard, 17-inch wheels, heated seats, parking sensors, silver body trim, chromed exhaust tips to top spec Lusso Plus with adaptive LED headlights plus a Bose subwoofer. Unlike within the Mazda, you may specify a limited slip differential. You'd expect the 124 Spider to operate a vehicle like an MX-5, and, in very general terms, it can. It shares with all the Mazda an all-pervading and intensely likable a feeling of lightness. At 1,060 kilograms, the Fiat is really a third less heavy than something similar to a BMW 2 Series convertible, and you will feel that in how it effortlessly changes direction and accelerates. Rapidly, relatively modest power output. Ride and handling. The steering is light but direct and nicely communicative, relaying a good amount of information about simply how much grip leading tires have in reserve because you enter a large part. Similarly, the suspension strikes a satisfying balance between caution compliance and confidence-boosting body control. The little Fiat rides rough roads effortlessly, even though there's somewhat body roll initially, that is kept in check nicely and with a bit more conviction compared to the Mazda on its standard settings. A firmer, sporty suspension pack could be fitted to 2.0-liter MX-5s. It's a well-judged balance, proving equally adept on rough urban routes and smooth back roads, but still leaves a good amount of wiggle room for that more performance-oriented Abarth 124 Spider. The 1.4-liter Fiat engine works brilliantly inside featherweight 124. Where the Mazda engines are light on torque but exciting within the breathless method by which they spin on their red lines, the Fiat delivers a broad and incredibly linear SP watch of muscle from 2,500 revolutions per minute to 6,500 revolutions per minute. There's almost no lag. Solution is good for a turbocharged engine, and, while 140 bhp and 240 Nm of torque aren't blistering, whenever you factor inside the car's absence of mass, there's enough performance here and keep you along with the keen chassis interested. It's an easy, potentially very reasonable and impressively refined motor too, with just the faintest of whistling to betray the turbocharger's presence. Interior quality. Inside, little effort's been wasted wanting to disguise the cabin's Mazda architecture. It's classic two-seat roadster stuff, which has a pair of low-sit but pretty comfortable seats, a superior but nicely cozy transmission tunnel, and clear, logical instruments. The 124 Spider enjoys a finer grade of materials than you'll find inside the MX-5. Along with the optional infotainment product is common to both cars and is useful, user-friendly, clear and fuss-free. The only gripes can be a general not enough space. Drivers over 6 feet tall may struggle, plus the fact that the tire lacks reach adjustment. The folding soft top roof is identical to the MX-5's as well as a brilliant design, light, compact and so user-friendly you can change from roof approximately open top within 3 seconds. There's no mechanism working on the project for you, though the system's so attractive there's certainly no need. The 124 Spider is definitely an attractive, keenly priced and intensely enjoyable roadster that successfully updates the timeless selling point of a lightweight, two-seat sports vehicle for the modern. The Fiat's design is yours to gauge, but there's without doubt its handling and ride are every bit as good since the Mazda's, possibly slightly better, although its engine isn't any rev-hungry firecracker. Its relatively torque power delivery results in effortless performance if you're cruising as well as an engaging turn of speed once you're in a big hurry. If you're considering either car, you'd be advisable to test drive another before buying. Watch the whole Fiat 124 Spider review why this new roadster deserves your attention. One engine only. 1.4-liter petrol. Turbocharged character. There's merely one choice of engine inside standard car, unlike the Mazda MX-5, which provides 1.5 and 2.0-liter units. Buy a Fiat 124 Spider and it'll be powered by a 1.4-liter turbocharged petrol engine, so that's a fairly easy decision. This is in all likelihood the biggest difference involving the Italian car as well as the Mazda it's dependent on. As you move the MX-5's power plants experience revs to produce their power, the Fiat delivers its performance with watchily available turbocharged ease. That's considering that the motor is boosted by the turbo, delivering 140 horsepower and 240 Nm of torque, aforementioned from a relatively low 2,500 revolutions per minute. The power doesn't go out until 6,500 revolutions per minute either, so there's lots of reason to perform the Fiat around its limiter, accompanied by the raspy, metallic exhaust note. Snick throughout the fabulous 6-speed manual gearbox quick enough and 0.62 miles per hour will tumble in 7.5 seconds. And that is comparable for the 2.0-liter MX-5, while top speed stretches to 134 miles per hour. With a reduced engine and turbo you additionally get respectable economy figures, using the Fiat's fuel consumption and CO2 figures arriving between the Mazda's two power plants. The more performance-oriented Abarth 124 is powered through the same 1.4-liter engine but includes more power. With 170 horsepower and 250 Nm, the dash from 0.62 miles per hour drops in order to 6.8 seconds and pushes to a higher top speed of 143 miles per hour. Unlike the Fiat, the Abarth is additionally the merely one available with a computerized gearbox. Softer ride than MX-5. Better for relaxed jaunts. Still an incredible steer. The 124 suspension is retuned and feels a little more compliant here than inside the MX-5. It's not even close to being overly soft though, able to slicing by using a series of bends using the same confidence as being the Japanese car. We reckon it's marginally less precise, therefore the second choice of both the for attacking your favorite broad. Dial your right foot back a tad and there's still a good time to be had, it's just better suited to your slightly more challenging approach. As using the Mazda it is possible to expect wonderfully light but accurate steering, giving you loads of specifics of the grip levels of leading tires. Lots carried over from MX-5. Nicer materials used though. Taller drivers may struggle. If you've driven a Mazda MX-5 then there's little you won't recognize inside Fiat. There is often a pair of low-slung, supportive yet comfortable seats, a solidly built dashboard and clear, easy-to-watch dials. The driving position is excellent unless you're tall, since the seat doesn't rewind very far along with the steering wheel adjusts for height and not reach. What differentiates the Fiat and the Mazda is really a finer grade of materials, with softer touch plastics about the dashboard and doors. You also get yourself a leather gear knob as standard. The media technique is straight from the MX-5, which is often a good thing, because it's one of the best around the market on account of its clear display and easy touch control wheel. More compliant ride than MX-5. Great seats, particularly leather. Taller occupants may struggle. Ride comfort is spot on inside Fiat 124 Spider if you would like your roadster to experience a more relaxed, continent crossing feel. It's supple and compliant, experiencing bumps well and isolating them on the cabin. Refinement using the roof up or down is impressive, although taller occupants can have their hair rearranged by wind spilling in the low screen. Higher trims feature soft leather that may be picked in the retro tobacco brown color, which both feels very nice indeed. The seats themselves undoubtedly are a good shape too, incorporating a stereo speaker and additional expensive grades, and offering a great level of support. Regardless of trim, you receive a lot of kit inside a Fiat 124, including air conditioning, a leather tire and gear knob, cruise control, alloy wheels, Bluetooth connectivity and keyless start. Standard Fiat 124 Spider equipment. 3 trim levels from the UK. Classica, Lusso and Lusso Plus. All cars get aircon and alloys. Entry-level cars find the standard spec above plus 4 airbags, 16-inch alloy wheels, as well as an infotainment system with USB-O and Bluetooth connectivity. Middle off-the-road Lusso turns into a 7-inch media system with sat-nav, rear parking camera, 17-inch alloy wheels, heated leather upholstery, automatic climate control, front fog lamps, keyless entry, chrome exhaust tips as well as a premium silver finish for the windscreen frame and rollover bars. Top-of-the-range Lusso Plus adds adaptive LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, automatic lights and wipers as well as a 9-speaker Bose audio system. Optional Fiat 124 Spider accessories. There have become few options for your Fiat 124. Although you may add some items to your classical model including, the 7-inch touchscreen media system with DAB digital radio, Wi-Fi, 2 USB ports along with a multimedia control knob. While the Fiat 124 Spider hasn't been crash-tested by Euro NCAP, the Mazda MX-5 on what it is based scored 4 stars. This doesn't sound overwhelming, but it really was the most effective roadster tested in 2015. You get lots of active and passive tech including a voice-controlled entertainment system, LED rear lights, 4 airbags, a speed limiter, and escape with ABS and EBD, all as standard. If you desire bags of interior space and boot capacity, you might be disappointed from the Fiat 124 Spider. But by fancy car standards it's actually excellent. There's a 140-liter boot that's big enough for 2 weekend bags. Taller occupants may struggle, the trucker will find it tough to get comfortable and also the passenger will to cover the top of their head inside airstream whistling across the top of the car.